welcome to the crack of dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi. I'm here again. We're doing 2 episodes because you know what? I didn't want to stop. You know, it's good, but it's not that good. So we've got a farmhouse. Everything's black and white except for my subject matter, which is a dog. Looks more like a horse, but that's okay. I'll get it. This guy, his leg looks half broken here, so we got to fix that. And he's dragging his tree up here. And then, of course, I am going to splatter paint like this at the very end. I'm going to be very careful I don't get in the studio. But the snow going over the entire thing is going to look really good. Okay? So that's what we're going to do, and you're going to love it. Remember, it's geometry. The house, everything is geometry. Even the tree is a triangle. Okay? Going off the side, make sure you paint the side of the painting because then it looks more real and you don't have to frame it. Okay? So we're going to finish this thing up and chat away, and hopefully it's going to be perfect. And I might even, depending on how good this looks, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it this time. I usually give them away, but I don't know. I don't know. So I hope everybody's been great. You know, the holidays have been funny. Like I said, I was telling Rich I bought an air fryer. I don't know what the thing is. I got it at Kohl's, $85. I have no idea what the thing is. I was thinking, like, I should just get a regular fryer. You know, because if you're going to fry food, you know, just fry it. But someone's, oh, it's so much healthier for you. I'm like, okay. All right, we'll get the air fryer. So I got that for my husband. I don't think he's going to be watching this show anyway. But I got that for him because he's the one that cooks. But I heard, I mean, Christina from the Hillstead said, you know, it works great. And her kid just throws some tater tots, French fries, whatever he wants in there. It works fine. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe the air fryer will be good. And you know, for $85, oh, speaking of $85, oh my God. So I'm coming home from work and, you know, I don't get tickets, especially from rolling through a stop sign. So I'm coming home, Mountain Road, right? Coming by 50 Cent's house. And you know, there's nowhere to turn. There's just a left and straight. And nobody was on the road at all. And yes, I rolled through the stop sign. I think I did anyway. But I looked down 50 Cent's way, and there's the cop. And I'm like, oh, I hope he's on his phone. Because a lot of times they're on the phone, you know? You're just thinking, oh, I hope he was on his phone. But I didn't really run anything. Anyway, it's, you know, it's the law. I should have not rolled through the stop sign, but he got me. And he's like, oh, why do you think I pulled you over? I'm like, you want to be friends on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram? I don't know. He's like, no, you ran the light. I'm like, oh, okay. Yes, I did. But, you know, can't you be nice to me? I'm just coming from my teaching job in Hartford. It's very difficult and very stressful. Oh, no, ma'am, we're getting people around here. I'm like, all right. I thought he was going to be nice. Santiago. It's okay. He was a nice young man, and, you know, we got a feel for the cops. But I still was like, God, I mean, I didn't really, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got to figure out. So, yeah, just watch that. But, yeah, I mean, I figured if I'm going to spend that money on rolling through a stop sign, I think I can afford an air fryer. But, I mean, I was just so mad because I don't get tickets. No, not really. So I'm going to go and make some of these trees in the background just a little darker on one side. So we'll have some definition here, okay? And it'll look like the sun's kind of on one angle than the other. But don't worry, you can always fix it if you don't like it. And I'm gonna put these trees in like that. They're gonna go all the way down. And there's a row of bushes in front of this farmhouse. And you can't see it yet because I haven't really finished it yet. Paint the sides, very important, especially if you don't wanna frame. Most of the commissions I'm doing for Christmas, they're watercolors. That was up to me. One of them is kind of a water scene, so I suggested that maybe we do watercolors. And normally my people that hire me, they don't care. Well, if they care, then it's kind of a problem, but I go with it. I'm just like, okay, you don't want a watercolor, just saying it'll probably look better in watercolors. And if they don't want me to, then I don't do it. But normally, yeah, if I say, you know, watercolor might be better for like a boat scene or something like this, you know, you probably should listen to me because I kind of know what I'm doing. But if, yeah, if you have other suggestions for me, I'm always willing to, yeah, it's not my way or the highway ever. It's up to you. I'm going to have some smoke coming out of here. I never did this before, but I'm going to do some smoke coming into the out of the chimney, and that's going to be going everywhere. Speaking of chimneys, I got to have my chimney rebuilt. What a disaster. I think I'm going to put some snow also. I'm going to do some snow on the ground, and then I'm going to fix that dog up, okay? And I'm not going to make any yellow snow near him. But, oh, my dog just got a bone bigger than he is. Someone gave him a bone. My friend Jen gave him a bone. He went crazy. A big bone. I wonder what that thing cost. It was like bigger than he was. So we're going to do these bushes. The top of the bushes are going to be snow covered, which means they're going to be white. The dog we'll worry about later because we still have a lot of time. So I'm going to get some white, and I'm going to go on the top of my bushes here with straight snow going straight across, okay? Because that's how the bushes are going to be. They're covered with snow. Paint the sides. Yeah. And then my son already did a first semester at Central. I'm so excited. And the great thing is I can actually afford it, so I just pay it. And, you know, if I didn't have my job right now, I wouldn't be able to. And it's not that much money, but still, it's like, you know, a lot of people have money. So, you know, a lot of people don't. So you just do what you can afford. But a lot of these kids, I think, have their dreams, you know, made. You know, I want to go to Boston University. I've got to go here. I want to go here. I've always wanted to go here. And I told my kid the same thing. You go wherever you want. It's just, this is our budget. So, you know, I just don't want you to have any debt. And he agreed. He was grateful. Doesn't even want any Christmas presents. He's like, Mom, you're paying for my school. I'm like, good God, where did I get you from? Both my kids are really easy. I was just saying to my neighbor, Hans, I'm like, I love your kids. He's like, you do? I'm like, yes. His kids are easy. They did a nice job. I mean, you got to pay attention to your kids. They do. They're very good, very nice kids, very nice family. They live right on my street. We get a lot of nice kids on our street, but they're probably my favorites. The Winkles, yeah, I like them. They're nice, nice kids. And, you know, most kids are good. We hope they bring back the Jewish holidays. I don't think that's right. Just my opinion, but wish they'd bring back the Native American Indians too, but again, just my opinion. I think it's a shame. That's just what I think. And I've asked many people that are Native American Indians, there's just not a lot of them. But for instance, the guy in Avon. I'm like, God, I love your Indian sculpture. I'm like, are you Native American? He goes, no, I'm from Syria. I'm like, really? I love your sculpture. He goes, well, you can't forget about the Native American Indians. I'm like, God, I agree. So he's got the big Indian there. And he also has a big, he's got like a donation box for Syria. So, you know, you can't follow all of the world, but it's hard to follow what's going on everywhere. You know, you're trying to follow what's going on in Ukraine, and then you figure out, like, Syria is a disaster too. And I mean, I knew, but not to the extent. So I asked him, I'm like, what's going on in Syria? He's like, it's a disaster. And then, like, my friend that's from South Sudan, it's a disaster there too. I mean, they're like, it's bad. And again, you can't check the whole world at all the times. It's just hard to follow everything. But again, I can't even believe it. So again, I loved his Native American sculpture. And if you disagree with me, it's fine. It's okay to disagree. Yes. And you don't have to vote for who everybody else does either. I just changed my party. Yep. I switched it to neutral. Yeah, so I can't vote primary anymore. But I decided, you know what? Everybody's like, oh, everybody's mean, everybody's bullying. Well, what about people bullying to people that vote for someone different than somebody else? You know, come on. Everybody acts like, oh, you bully this person because they're this and they're that. Well, what about people that vote for someone different than you? So all you do is get bullied. You know, I've got people on my street, not all of them, but my God, I've got one lady who was like, I can't believe your sign. And I thought to myself, well, what about your sign? I don't get mad at your sign. Why are you getting mad at my sign? So we just kind of ditched the signs now. But again, it's like, why should you get mad at my sign? I don't get mad at your sign. And it's just not a good way to be. So we just don't do that anymore. And I just switched parties because I don't want people doing that to me. It's not fair. Why should I get picked on because of who I vote for? You vote for who you want to vote for, and I'll vote for who I want to vote for. So it does get tricky. And I never care. I never get mad at that stuff. It's so dumb to me to get mad over who votes different than you. I mean, why would you do that? Who cares? because someone disagrees with you, you're going to get mad at them. Like, so I just think the whole thing's a joke sometimes. I don't want anybody getting mad at me because I have a sign in my yard. So, I mean, I just don't do it anymore. And we all know, you know, who everybody's, just doesn't matter. And, you know, even someone that I work with today said, you know, I have a feeling this is going to be, and I thought to myself, like, why do you even bring that up? Like, who cares? I don't care what you vote for. You do what you want. I'll do what I want. We got 15 minutes. It's a ton of time. Thanks, Rich. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's definitely better than it looked before the last episode, but we are going to fix this thing up, make it look great. Yeah, so again, the politics isn't really my thing, but, you know, I still don't think it's right for people to get mad at people and argue over stuff. It's so dumb. The other thing is it seems to work out just fine anytime. I mean, parties switch all the time, and it seems to goes Republican, then the next year, it's the next 4 years, it's Democrat, then it's Republican, then it's, you know, so I don't know. But again, watch yourself when you're out there being mean to people just because they don't vote for who you think is right. I mean, that's crazy. That's what democracy is all about. You're allowed to have an opinion. You can vote for who you want, whether I'm right or you're right, who cares? It's like you shouldn't bully people because of who they want to vote for. There's nothing to do. So again, yeah, I don't play that game. So we're pretty close to adding the snow. I just want to make sure that everything looks pretty perfect. I want my sky to be a little bit more, less choppy. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit more gray in here. I'm going to leave my smoke from my chimney coming out, though, because I think that looks really good. And then when I do my snow on the very top, we're going to do that at the last 5 minutes. So I'm just going to take the time to kind of finish what I've got here, and then we'll go in and we'll add that snow that's going to be everywhere, okay? And again, we just whipped this thing up, so, you know, you don't have to whip yours up. But, and I certainly won't do that with my commissions. I've got, you know, I've got some time, but I'm doing watercolors for, I think, 3 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mat it, because a lot of people, oh, can it come framed? I'm like, no. The framing costs a ton, unless you go to like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. But I mean, if I just went to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and said, okay, I'm going to just pick this frame out, how do I know what the people want? You know, you don't know. So it's kind of like you're better off just saying, you know, paint the sides, or tell someone, you know, do it yourself. And you can go pay for it, because, you know, it gets expensive too. Okay, so we're going to do this. And it kind of, my dog does not look good, so I'm just going to fix him up. But, you know, it still looks like a pet. You know, it's not like there's a moose in the yard chasing him or anything. I was going to put a snowman, but I decided not to. So here's what I'm going to do. Excuse me. I've had a cold for God knows how long. Gave it to everybody. Everybody's mad. But I'm like, what, am I going to stay out of work because I have a cold? Like, I can totally work. It's fine. You know, do I feel great? Not really, but it's like, I'm not going to die. So I'm going to put this golden retriever in, okay? And he's adorable. And we're just going to have him sitting here. Okay, you don't need a ton of detail on him. I mean, if I wanted, I could put like a little collar kind of thing on him if I wanted to. I don't know if I'm going to yet. But if I just threw on like a little, like, cute little LL Bean kind of collar thing, it might be cute to put him in there. But once I add the snow, you're not going to really see him anyway. Okay, we're going to separate his legs a little here. Put that there. It's adorable. Okay, don't worry if it doesn't look perfect, because it doesn't have to. Okay, and I got the wrong color browns here anyway. So I'm mixing orange and brown, and then I'm adding a ton of white to get this kind of golden retriever colored dog, which I don't know if it's really working. But as soon as Rich says we have 5 minutes left, I'll probably start spattering, and then you can see what it looks like. Okay, so that kind of looks like a dog. You know what? Maybe I'll ditch the dog. I'm going to ditch the dog because it's not coming out good. So again, I'm going to ditch the dog. I'm going to go over the dog with, so he doesn't have a friend anymore, but it's all right. He's still with his tree, okay? And I can always add the dog next time, but I don't know if I'm going to put the dog because he doesn't look that great. So I'm just going to go over my dog, and you can do that, you know, you can do what you want. It's your painting. Your happy little painting. Yeah, lots of fun stuff for Christmas gifts. My kids, you know, they're just easy kids. I tell them, you'll thank me later. I mean, we were just very I would say I did more of the parenting, not to be mean to Tony, but I did. And, you know, plus I stayed home with him, which I loved. And, you know, lots of people don't stay home with their kids. Who cares about that either? Everybody gets so mad. I can't believe someone would put their kid. It's like, what? Kidding me? You can't get mad at people over everything. Everybody gets so mad. Oh, I raised my own kids. It's like, what do you mean? So did everybody else. There's nothing wrong with putting your kids in daycare. I mean, cripe, I'd make triple the amount of money I make right now if I put them in daycare. But I just had fun with it, and I always wanted to do it. So, I mean, I loved it. And we were broke. God, broke. I'm going to start to splatter my snow in a little bit. Now, my snow is, I don't have any more white. So I'm going to have to kind of go in and see if I can make some more. You can make it blizzardy too. It's fine. Okay, so we've got this look going here. Looks pretty good. Okay, not great, but good. Okay, I can always fix it later. At least I have something. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to splatter some snow. Now, if I splatter this now, I can't do it later. But, well, I can, because I'm an artist and I know what I'm doing. But say I wanted to go back. You know, I don't know if I would do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whole tube of white, which I just had one. Let me see if I can find it. If it's not here, we're just going to wing it. Yeah, it happens a lot. I don't have everything. Multi-purpose eye contact solution. I guess that's not white. What am I doing with eye contact solution in my bag? Hold on, I'm grabbing another one. This is the way we roll, though. If I can find the white. Gotta have the white. Hold on. I should have had it. It's probably right in front of me, but I got some white here. Oh, it is. It's right in front of me. It's like, you know, when you're like, where's my glasses? You know, they're on your head. It happens all the time to people. Okay, so I'm putting a lot of white on here, okay? A lot of white on here. And I am going to spackle on some snow, so it looks like it's snowing, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a good brush that I can spatter with without getting it all over the place, okay? And I'm just going to take a little of this white, pop it around a little, okay? Maybe put it a little bit more on my roof, make sure that looks good. Okay, I can put a little bit more coming out of my my chimney, and then I'm going to put a little bit more on the top of the bushes here, because the top of the bushes are going to be white, especially if it snowed. You can even go in on your black trees and put some white coming down, because that's what happens to the trees. You'll see in a minute when I show you. Okay. I'm pretty good at this, you know. I've been doing this for a long time now, so I'm good. I'm going to put a little bit of white on the top of my tree because, you know, it's been snowing. And then I'm going to put a little white down here. I'm even going to put a little white going on the guy because it's been snowing on him. So he's getting all snowy. Okay, and we're going to put some snow more on the ground. And now I'm going to splatter because I bet Rich is going to say we have 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, now your best bet is, unless you're outside, you don't want to start doing this. You can, I just did it. But I don't want to get it all over the studio. Well, I could. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put it flat, and I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? You're going to get a lot of water, okay? And you're going to go like this. A lot of water, because that's going to make it spread. I'm going to do some more, okay? And any mistakes that I made, this splattering, hold on, I need more water. This splattering should make it look like it's snowing everywhere. And I'll show you how it looks in a minute. You can see it. See? I'm splattering the snow, so it's going to look like the whole place is snowing. And I want it in the sky. I want it everywhere. And Rich says sometimes he's got to clean it here. God. I used to be a maid. One of the best jobs of my life. But you don't get paid good. And doesn't matter if you're at a hotel, doesn't matter if you work for a fancy rich lady. It's 5 minutes, perfect timing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're just not going to get paid a ton as a maid. Even if you work for some celebrity, because I worked for celebrities. And, you know, it's usually an agency that works with them. So like you don't meet Madonna, you just clean her place. So you don't really get a chance to say, geez, Madonna, you don't really pay good because you're with an agency. So you don't really know. But I don't know. Let me just splatter a bit more on here, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm not going to make a mess because this is my boss here, and we love it here. I'm just going to make it look like it's snowing, okay? And again, you want to probably do this outside. I just did a huge glob and it like ruined it, but that's okay. I'm going to just fix that. I don't care. Yeah, it kind of ruined it. That's okay. Oop, I made another glob that ruined it, but that's okay. It's going to look great. And then all I got to do is take it's acrylic paint, so it's going to come right off. Okay, and then what I'll do is I will bring my sponge and I will get it all fixed so that it's not on the table, okay? Take a look at this. Should look good when we're done. We probably have like 2 minutes. Okay, let me just show you how it's gonna look here. And then I'll just take a cloth before I leave. And it's white paint is very easy to get off. But again, if you're doing some splattering and stuff, better off, even my kids like to do it in school, and I'm like, no, no, no. You wanna do that somewhere else because let's see if I can get it to work. Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to show you the final project, and it's going to look great. And then you sign it, and it's ready to go. You got a beautiful, I wish the dog was in it, but, and again, it's just a stick figure. A lot of people think, oh, I can't draw a dog. Well, yeah, you can. Draw a stick, add the ears, add a little collar, and he's going to be perfect. Okay, so a little messy, but I'm going to show you the final result, okay? And then I got to do a little Swiffering, okay? So again, a little bit too much came off on my tree right here, but it still looks like a beautiful scene. You've got a guy pulling his Christmas tree into the house on a sleigh. You've got the snow in the background, the house, it looks beautiful. And then you got to sign it. And again, a lot of times when I sign mine, I just sign it right in to the paint. Okay, my signature is this. Remember, you want your signature to be the same on every painting forever. That's how people find you. And that's how you get famous if you want to be. And that's it. So I'm so excited that you tuned into the crack of dawn. I'm going to go back, sit down over here, and then I'm going to be doing a little mopping here because I did get a couple of things on the ground. But I mean, it's acrylic paint. All comes off. Even if you get it on your hands and stuff, a lot of the kids at school, I need to wash my hands. I'm like, no, you don't. It dries like this in about 5 minutes. And then when you go to the store and someone says, honey, what have you got all over your hands? Oh, I was painting in art class today. So exciting. So I'll turn my painting around so you can see it. And it's a beautiful painting of a gorgeous snow scene. Not hard, pretty easy. And, you know, go slow, have fun with the painting. Don't worry, takes a bunch of stress off your life. And I hope you have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you soon. Call in to Nutmeg TV. Thank you to Joni, Rich, Nate, Marjorie, everybody that works here. Is it Marjorie? Mary Jane? I can't remember. I love her. Marjorie, I think. Thank you, everybody. And I love it. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome, I'm Nick Augustino. I'd like to welcome you to the Clam Box, where we do seafood our way. We got lobster roll, fried clams, fish and chip, fried shrimp, and our famous onion rings. We put a lot of precaution into the safety for you and your family. Not only do we use plexiglass at the cash register and sanitizer, we all wear gloves and we all keep a 6-foot distancing, and everybody must wear a mask. We carry all the options. We got DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, and of course, we got curbside where we bring it right to your car. Online ordering is available at clamboxnewbritain.com or by calling us at 860-357-3118. The Clam Box, 586 West Main Street, New Britain.